Me. King Logain. But hey, we didn't even have to fight him. Nice, so you can talk more about King Logain. True, Mother-chan. I also was just like, is he already king? I thought that was the issue, that he's not king yet, and he wants to become king. He wouldn't even be king, he'd... I like the choice this place gives you. It's one of the choices that has actually big ramifications depending on what happens. Ooh. But I mean, the guy said King Logain so often, he has to be king, right?
I prefer that outsiders not witness our infighting, but your presence will be tolerated.
Thank you, I feel very welcome.
Fair journeys, Warden.
Those statues are dwarven paragons, if I remember right.
Just a bit of
How did you
Best
get
of their ancestors.
A bit of food, my lord. Some coin. For the ancestors' sake.
These are not your ancestors. You taint the memory of our paragons with your presence.
But I gotta say, in general, I'm really curious about the dwarves, cause you don't really get to know the dwarves that much in the second and third game, right?
No,
Especially like the underground dwarves. A little bit in the Descent, but that's it.
Now that's a thing of beauty, daughter. If you work hard like Branka, all Orzammar will know your name.
Mother, I don't want to be like her. She...
Don't say that! Not to me, not to anyone. Now get back to the forge. I want to see more details.
Yes, Mother.
What a loving mother. Wow. Oof. Yeah, seems like dwarves are quite the traditionalists, right? I love Wynne's and Alistair's banter. Looking forward to that.
Yes.
An explanation of the Paragons. Let's read that. The Paragons. As I studied among the dwarves, I became aware that their social system was as rigid as the stone that surrounded them. From the lowest servant to the king of Orzammar, each dwarf has a caste, a rigid social standing, which dictates what he may do and how he may do it. What fascinated me then was that the dwarves, stubborn and proud as they may be, have built in a way for even the lowliest dwarf to bypass the caste system and reach prominence. Any dwarf who has made an achievement of significance can be named Paragon, elevating the dwarf above all others. To become a Paragon, it is to be recognized as, essentially, a living ancestor. Your words are considered ineffable, and the dwarves liken you unto a god. Your family, those you choose to send with you, become the founders of a new line of nobility. Indeed, every existing noble house among the dwarves traces its line back to a founding paragon. It is a rare thing, however. In my visit, I learned that only one paragon had been elected in generations, the Smith Branka, exalted for a discovery of smokeless coal. Fancy. I met the Paragon Branka only once during my stay, and I consider it an odd occasion indeed. Surrounded by those of her house, this ill-tempered woman was draped in the finest clothing and jewelry, and was obviously revered even above the highest nobles, perhaps even above the king. Yet she seemed to enjoy none of it. The burden of being a living legend is great, it appears. Statues of the Paragons are found throughout Orzammar, though nowhere so prominently than in the Hall of Heroes, though which one passes on entering from the surface. It is a breathtaking sight to behold, great works of stone all seeming to hold up the ceiling above. It is meant to impress upon visitors to Orzammar of all who have gone before, I think. It is also meant to remind dwarves going to the surface, and thus abandoning their brethren forever, of all they are leaving. Yeah, it doesn't sound like a very nice person. And oh boy, once you go forever. Oof. And the caste system in general doesn't sound too much too fun. Yeah, quite a few, but not even that many. But I think those are also probably Paragons, right?
Show respect, Surfacer. You're in the Hall of Heroes, home to the best of us.
I mean, also the question is like, who decides what's like a big enough D to become a Paragon? Also imagine becoming a Paragon and then fleeing to the surface. The figures are quite grand indeed.
Paragons, dwarves who achieve such greatness, they're considered ancestors even if they yet walk among us. If only we had one now. A unifier. A voice like that, there would be no dissension.
So, find one.
Surfacers always assume
Easy.
nothing happens underground without them. Many are trying, despite our stalemate. Goodbye, Warden. I hope you're not needed.
Okay. I mean, kind of understandable, but still, rude.
You must be vastly relieved, Wynne. Relieved? I do not understand what you mean. Most your age would spend much of their time preoccupied wondering when they might perish. Yet you already know. Eavesdropping is not considered very polite, dear. A fortunate thing, then, that I do not consider myself bound by such rules. In response to your question, I know only that I died once. I do not know how much time I have left, only that it is very little. That is not so very different than before, surely. You are an old woman. One who keenly
Charming as
appreciates that
always.
our time in this world should be spent doing what is important. I have always lived by such a philosophy. How reassuring.
Ah, nice. Huh? I'm not interested in being polite or heterosexual. Good one.
It is the Assembly who makes a king, and a king who nominates his successor. None of it is carried in the blood.
Or, as now, when someone tries using the Assembly to pull a coup. Who's to say what my father said in his final hours, when the usurper Harrowmont was the only one by his side?
I'll have you thrown in prison.
You've bitten off more than you can chew. Handlers, separate these dashers in the diamond quarter. I will not have Balin incite a riot.
You'll not speak that way about the man who should be king!
Oh boy, I think they already have the Civil War on their hands. Okay, just killed someone. Great. Hey, we're new in town.
I won't have fighting in the Commons, especially in front of outsiders. I find that sodding fool, I'll have him in the Legion.
Oh boy. Yeah. Let's see how this is going to develop.
Vieta, Surfacer. I'm bid to let you walk the Commons, but keep your place. Warden or not, I want order.
Should we just ask again for their support? I don't think we're going to get it before they have a king. The Blight is coming and I need Orzammar's assistance.
Surface problems. Well, we have no king to hear you.
Which?
You can join the shouting at the Assembly in the Diamond Quarter if you want. Bunch of Desher lords bickering over sand. Balin, Harrowmont. Is one so different? No paragons here.
What? A Blight is not the surface concern, my friend. I think you dwarves have most issues with all the Darkspawn. I love how everyone is just like, in the beginning they are always like, your problem. Just another Tuesday. Welcome to Dwarves Are All Dicks. Great. Oh, they don't. During Blight, the deep roads are basically empty. And they don't go for the dwarves? Huh. But I mean, if they don't help stopping the Blight, at least at some point all the Darkspawn are going to go for the dwarves. So it's still stupid. Sounds like Balin and Harrowmont are the ones to talk to.
They've caged themselves for fear of each other. As you've seen, keeping order down among us working people is dodgy. No place for a proper lord. Balin speaks through his second, Vartag Gavorn, in the Assembly. Lord Harrowmont speaks through Dulin Ferender from his estate.
Nobles. That kind of gives me Warhammer vibes. I'm too important to communicate directly. Can a city function like this?
See, that's why I don't want you surfacers seeing our worst. You'll think that's all we are. The market is thin, but busy, and the tavern never closes. Bad blood is usually kept to the proving. Should toss Balin and Harrowmont in there. Sort this all out in a hurry.
The proving? Kinda sounds like a coming-of-age ritual, right?
Personal battles for honor and ancestor. I don't expect a surfacer to understand. If you must be our
Just
warden,
explain.
at least know us. Go to the Shaper of Memories in the Shaperate. The true bright spot in the Diamond Quarter.
Yeah, they seem to be very happy to have outsiders there. Dying for your rogue trade is a privilege. Also good point, Alistair. I mean, if enough Darkspawn are killed during the Blight, the Deep Roads are also going to be empty, at least for a time, after the Blight, right? In general, it seems stupid to not unite. I should get going.
Yes, you should.
Let's hug. We've become such good friends. This will be fun. All the grumpy dwarves.
So this is Orzammer. It's huge.
That it is. And also quite deep underground, apparently. Apparently, we've been going deep, deep down below Earth. Right. Hey, you.
Did you
I'm
see
friendly.
that? I cannot believe what this city has come to. This would never have happened when Endrin was alive.
This Balin, is that King Enrin's son?
Aye. What a terrible burden for a father to have only Balin left of 3 fine sons. In the end, Endrin himself recognized that Balin cared for nothing but power. It was Endrin who ordered his son away from his deathbed and embraced Lord Harrowmont as his heir.
But it kind of sounds like no one witnessed that, right? It kind of sounds like there was just like Lord Harrowmont there, and I mean, So, what do the dwarves do with all their trash? I feel like Orzammer would smell so bad unless they are letting loose their garbage into the depths. Maybe they're just going to toss it into the lava. Right? Maybe the Darkspawn have ancient beef with the dwarves and their garbage. I like that. I like that theory. And the dwarf nobility starting story, Balin tries to kill you. Nice. True, I just forgot that you could also play dwarf. Must be even more interesting to go get here again. What do you know about this Lord Harrowmont?
Lord Harrowmont should be our king. He was King Endrin's closest advisor, the only one he could trust. Endrin himself, ancestors welcome him, asked the Assembly to endorse Harrowmont.
But I mean, that sounds pretty clear, then where's the issue? So is Harrowmont qualified to rule?
He is a good man and a skilled general. King Endrin trusted him with his life, and I will do no less.
And why such hate for Balin?
Everybody
Balin?
knows
Balin?
he killed his brother Trian and let his father's favorite son take the blame. And many question whether Endrin died abed, as we were told, or whether Balin helped him along.
So how exactly did Endrin die?
He died in bed after his eldest son was murdered, and the Assembly condemned his second son for it.
Yikes.
I cannot blame him for preferring to join the ancestors in eternal peace, if Balin didn't murder him himself.
Okay, that sounds like quite the tumultuous succession game here. Oh boy. Dwarf get an additional merchant as a best shop in the game to make money. That sounds fun. Well, can't change that now. And who are you?
I am Narav Helmi, third daughter of the second matron of House Helmi. And you, stranger, what brings you to Orzammar at such a time?
So it also seems to be a lot about heritage, which makes sense if they have like families and like caste system and stuff like that. Which doesn't sound like a fun thing. I can understand why Varric doesn't want to live here. I am Alan, a Grey Warden, and I'm here to seek aid.
A Grey Warden?
Aid.
That explains why they allowed you past the gates. What kind of aid do you mean?
Oh, the aid. I have a treaty compelling Orzammar to aid against a blight.
A blight? Now? But our warriors are killing each other in the streets. I'm sorry.
Maybe stop that.
I fear there will be no aid for you in Orzammar. If you seek Lord Harrowmont's support, I suggest you talk with his trusted advisor, Dulin Ferender. He might be able to get you an audience.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we also have to think about like who to support, right?
All right.
Ah, key required. Sad.
One day the Paragon Branca will return. Oh, and on that day...
Wait, what? You think she will return? I don't think this is how it works.
I miss old Indran. He was a good man.
Well met, Grey Warden.
The great Paragon Branca will never return. The ancestors have taken her from this world.
Do dwarves believe in reincarnation or something? Nug Wrangler, oh boy. What a fun shop.
I hope Lord Harrowmont wins. He always had better taste in clothes.
But I mean, so far, we've just heard people like in favor of Lord Harrowmont.
Greetings, and welcome to Garen Garrison's luxury goods shop. Wow, there are a lot of you. And I've never seen one of those before. The things they come up with. What was I saying?
One of those? I mean, have a look at my shop, I hope.
Right. Yeah, I have some lovely things here. Lyrium enhanced, of course.
I somehow have a bad feeling. Okay, I think we're just going to take another Tome of Physical Technique, because those are fun. Remarkable Diamond, which would be a nice gift. But because of all the sugar cakes, we don't need that. Small clear crystal. Might be nice for our golem friend. Life giver. Ooh. But it's incredibly expensive. 87 sovereigns. Yeah, I can't afford that. Even if I sell everything, I mean, I'm at 16. Remarkable diamond, metal shard. I mean, that's a pretty nice dagger, but also, how am I supposed to ever be able to afford it? Alistair. Still worse. Yeah, still, most weapons I find are like tier 3 or tier 4. Ha, tier 5. But there's a war axe. Can't really use that one. Lyrium fucks with dwarves too, just way slower. So that's why he's a little bit odd. The Rose Fawn is one of the best daggers in game. That was the expensive one, right?
I'm only asking.
Yeah. I'm not sure how I'm ever going to be able to afford it, but hey, let's see. Maybe later in the game. Hey, Dagna. We know you! We know you from Dragon Age Inquisition! Ha! Nice! She looks kind of different, though.
You look like you're not from around here.
And I think it's also... She looks very different, and I think it's also a different voice actress. But hey, still, so cool. Yes, you could say that.
Oh, wonderful. I've been trying forever to find someone who really knows the surface world. I don't suppose you've heard of something called the Circle?
And she sounds so passionate and so curious. I love it. Yeah, she's younger here. How much time is in between Dragon Age Origins and Inquisition? You mean the Circle of Magi?
I've been trying to reach someone there for years. I've sent missives with every caravan, but I never get a reply. I want to know if they would accept me for study.
Interesting. I think that definitely would be a first, because, I mean, mages don't possess magic, right? And how would she even study? You want to leave Orzammer?
I want to go to the Circle to study.
I assure you that desire will depart the moment you arrive.
I don't want to do magic. No dwarf can cast spells, but I don't see why I shouldn't study it. It would be a valuable exchange. Orzammar would learn of one of the great natural forces of the surface. And the Circle gains direct access to our knowledge of lyrium smithing.
I like her spirit, but I also liked it a lot in Inquisition. 10-ish years. Ah, okay. Nice. She's cool. Let's help her. You know, I can bring the Circle your request.
That would be wonderful. My name is Dagna, daughter of Janar of the Smithcasts. Tell them I've already begun reading the Tevinter Imperiums for Tikum Kadab, and it's just fascinating. Did you know the Imperial Magister Lords once had genealogies of every human family known to produce a mage child? Oh, I'll go pack my bags right now. I'll be waiting by my father's shop.
Oh, she's so excited. It's so cool. Should we just do this quest first? Bring Dagna's request to the Circle of Magi. You know what? We're going to do this right away. She's so excited. We have to support her. Dum dum dum. Yeah, we don't care about your throne succession things. Let's just go back. But yeah, good point. Dagna said like she's going to go back to Orzammer, right?
May I have a word?
Not really possible.
Of course. Anything for my favoritist mage ever.
It seems you and our fearless leader are inseparable these days. Joined at the hip, almost.
Oh no, the shovel talk.
Overstatement, don't you think?
Well then, now that you're in an intimate relationship, you should learn about where babies really come from.
Pardon?
I know the chantry says you dream about your babies, and the good Fade spirits take them out of the Fade and leave them in your arms. That's not true. Actually, what happens is that when a girl and a boy really love each other...
Awkward. Sword. I know where babies come from.
Do you? Do you really?
I certainly hope so.
Oh, all right then. Oh, look, you're all red and mottled. How cute.
You did that on purpose.
Now, Alistair, why would I do such a thing?
Because you're wicked. That frail old lady act. I'm so not fooled. I'm onto you now.
I love it. And you know, when I think chances Alistair and I are going to get pregnant are quite low. We can keep trying, but I think... love it. Oh gosh. Me too. I'm also dying. Okay, let's go back to Sirius.
Oh, my.
Or
I did not expect it to be this crowded.
Did Wynne just comment on the people waiting to get into Orzammer? Oh well. You never know, you might get cursed. I mean... Well... Oh, Wynne. So, let's go to the Circle Tower. Let's see if there's, like, always one fight you have on the way to a new location. Loading. Aha. I think so. Grinding through traveling. Or not. Adventure leader. Well, that sounds reassuring, right? At least you have nice armor.
Rough travels out here, eh? We even saw Darkspawn on the way in.
Why does everyone look like Alistair? Why do they have just like, I don't know, 5 hairstyles? Darkspawn. You don't say.
Right, Darkspawn. We killed a whole band of them on the way up from Lothering. We're delivering a message to the chantry in Denerim. You?
It's really nice armor with all the copper. I don't think it's practical, but hey. What's the message about? Interesting that we can say I'm here to stop you. Oh, I think it's one of the mage quests, right? I think it's one of, since we're here to stop them, I think it's one of the mage quests where someone from the chantry wanted to warn someone in Denerim. Something like that, if I remember correctly. The mage was like, oh, I'm innocent, but they might think that I'm not innocent. Which sounds really suspicious. What's the message about?
We saw a blood mage down near the Basilian forest. We're off to tell the chantry about him.
Dude, you're way too open about that. Can't we just try to steal it from him? Do we have to kill him? I don't want to kill you. You almost look like my boyfriend. It's for the Innocent Mage Covenant. I'm here to stop you.
I thought you said... Wait, you're serious?
You know, why not let us deliver the message?
I suppose that's alright. As long as it gets there. Stay safe.
Who believes that after saying, I have to stop you? Oh yeah, just give me the message. Alright, sure. Oh well, I take it. I love how this game can be both like absolutely wonky and very dark. Oh well. And my back is burning. Persuasion win! Yeah. Actually, the mage would be long gone by the time they got word to Denerim. Right? I mean, it could be intimidation. Yeah, I mean, intimidation I would understand more. But after I'm here to stop you, let me deliver it. That doesn't add up. Do you remember me saying that the game just crashed twice so far? Hello, number 3. I hate this during editing. Oh well, we're just gonna restart. We're now at 3, and I don't know.